Hey guys, sorry for primitive. You saw my canteen video. I mentioned I was going to do a little first aid video on using a canteen for first aid, and well, this is it. And the first aid we're going to talk about is a little bit of an eye first aid. You know, going out in the woods and you know, you're beating around with trees and bushes and whatnot. The probability of getting something in your eyes is pretty high. Unless you're cool like me and you come with these, you know, permanent eye protectors. You know, you run a risk of getting a thorn, a piece of dirt, a bug, whatnot. Anything could be in your eye, especially even if you're have severe allergies. You can get some gunk into your eyes and it can really irritate you. And a couple things you don't want to do in first aid for the eyes, or in that case, is you don't want to go digging your finger in your eyes. You know, that's the first instinct a lot of people want to do is, you know, reach up and start digging in your eyes. You know, if it's right in the edge of your eye, usually you can get it out, and that's okay. You know, sometimes you can take a piece of cloth or something and rub it out, or you feel it. You know, that's okay. But if you get something down underneath the eyelids, you know, it needs to be flushed out. That's not something that you should be digging around in with your fingers, because you know, you gotta remember your eyes are mucous membranes all in your eyes. So it's not your mucous membranes, which are, you know, in your nasal passages, in your eyeball, in your inside of your ear, inside of the groinal areas. You know, they're not closed off. That's not like your closed skin. You know, your skin can get any kind of toxins, bacteria, and whatnot on it, and that's not going to affect you because it's closed. Your mucous membranes are open, so it's a straight shot of any infection right into your body. So if you got some nasty funk in your fingers and whatnot, the last thing you want to do is be digging around in your eyeballs and trying to get something out, because you can infect yourself and you know, pretty easily. A lot of people do get bacteria infections in their eyes quite easily, and some people are prone to it. But one easy thing that you could do, though, a preferred technique for cleaning your eyes out or flushing your eyes out if you have to, and you have a canteen. And I know I talked about discarding these in that video, the canteen video I did, but also there's you might want to keep it. And this is one good reason to do it, to actually keep those in your canteen. If you ever buy a first aid kit for eyes, they come with a little eye solution thing with a little cup very similar to this. And that's what we're going to discuss, is flushing out the eyes. Now, you can flush an eye out, you know, just by using the canteen itself. If you want to do that, make sure this has no water in it. You know, if you can do that, say this is my contaminated eye, I don't want to flush just by pouring. You can just pour water into your eye, but that's a waste of water. If you're in a survival situation around the woods, you want to conserve your water. You know, if you're around the house or whatnot, then hey, grab a canteen of water, grab a glass of water and flush your eye out. If you are going to do that the way you want to do it, saying this is my eye that's infected, I do not want to flush this way. Because if I flush this way, I can flush whatever's contaminated into my eye. Say I got a chemical in my eye, you know, a cleaning chemical or something, and I need to flush out my eyes because it's burning me like crazy. I don't want to pour it this way, because then I can pour the chemical right into the other eye. Same thing if you got something stuck in your eye, why risk the chance of getting it stuck in that eye? So you would turn this way, keeping the eye open, pouring into the base of the nose, crook of the nose, because when you pour water there, water travels, you know, right down into the eye and flushes it out completely. But like I said, in a survival situation when this canteen of water might be all you have to drink, and that might not be a good way to do that. But if you have that little cup, the one thing you can do is flush out that eye by filling it with water. Now keep in mind there's a hole there. You would fill that with water, put it up to your eye, because it's rubber, it's soft, you're not going to stab and hurt yourself. Okay? When you put it up there, it's going to form around your eye. That's pretty neat. I can actually see through the hole. Entertain myself. But it's going to form to your eye, seal it in, so then you can hold your head up. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to do this, and I've actually seen somebody do this, he got something in his eye, we told him to do this, put his eye up, came down, asked if it was still there. He said, yeah, it's still there. He did it again, put his eye up, brought it down, said it was still there. I'm like, well, you keeping your eye open? He said, no, I have my eye closed. Well, no wonder. You're going to open up your eye, keeping your eye open, because you actually want the water to get in there and flush stuff out. You're going to open your eye, keep it open, and you want to kind of move your eyeball around. to give that water chance and to get in there and flush off the eyeball, flush off the cornea. You're also moving it around, letting it get down, that water get down into the mucous membranes. So basically, like I said, this has a hole in it, so you kind of want to plug your finger with that hole, fill it up. See, if I let go of the hole, it's going to pour straight through. So you kind of want to pinch it off with the hole, fill it up, put it up to my eye, let it seal up. You can see there's no water dripping up because that rubber forms completely around my eye. Alright, so it's holding all that water in there, and I'm just going to move my eyeball around. I'm actually have my eye open, and I'm moving it around. It feels kind of funky, it feels kind of annoying, but it's flushing out my eye. Then like you're just not rubbing it with your hands, but use a clean cloth, blot your eye dry, give it some chance, wink, blink, let that water move around and see if it flush. Didn't flush right away, try it again, use a different thing of water, but that way you're not wasting water. I use a very, very small amount of water to completely flush that eye out. Alright, I feel very hydrated right now in my eyeball, but I use a very, very small amount of water as opposed to pouring that whole entire canteen and just wasting it all on the ground, because how much water is actually going into your eye and pouring it, as opposed to putting it in your little rubber thingy, putting it up to your eye and doing it. So that was my quick little first aid tip with using the USGI Canteen. It does work. Been in many, many sandy environments, and sand plays havoc on eyes, and that was the first thing we did. Is someone got sand in their eyes, just pulled that out, filled it with water, held it up there, flushed it out, and usually did the trick. So you get something stuck in your eye and you have one of these canteens with rubber stopper in there, it's a good way to get it out of your eye. I'm Sergeant Earth Local Criminal.